Picture this. In 2020, Netflix spent a staggering $17 billion on content. That's enough to buy 740 million iPhone 12 Pro Maxes. Some thought it was a risky bet, a money pit. Yet, Netflix pulled off a miracle. How? They knew the key was variety. Spending big on diverse content, from global dramas to kids' shows, ensured something for everyone. They kept subscribers engaged, driving up monthly fees. And with over 195 million subscribers, that adds up. The lesson? Invest wisely, diversify, and always cater to your audience. For more on the business strategies shaping the streaming world, follow us. Follow for more. Picture this, 1819. A humble fishing village on an island at the tip of Malaysia. Fast forward 2 centuries, it's the world's 4th most competitive economy and the world's richest city per capita. How did Singapore pull off this miracle? Imagine a small island with no natural resources, struggling to feed its people. But a bold move by British entrepreneur Sir Stamford Raffles changed everything. He turned Singapore into a free port, attracting traders from China, India, and Arabia. But the real transformation began in 1965, when Singapore was expelled from Malaysia. Facing economic crisis, their first Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, embarked on a mission. He slashed government spending, attracted foreign investment, and developed an efficient infrastructure. The results were staggering. Follow for more. Imagine 1953, South Korea in ruins, scarred by war. Fast forward 6 decades, South Korea dominates the global tech scene. In 1962, just 9% of homes had a television. Today, it's a global tech powerhouse, home to Samsung, LG, and Hyundai. A key turning point was the 1961 coup, where General Park Chung-hee seized power, launching the Second Republic. He prioritized heavy industries, like steel and shipbuilding, over agriculture. This shift paved the way for technological advancements. Investing in education and research, South Korea transformed its workforce, making it one of the most educated nations in the world. By the 1990s, it was the world's 15th largest economy. The lesson? Visionary leadership, strategic investments, and prioritizing education can transform a war-torn nation into a tech powerhouse. Follow for more. Picture this. In 2021, Zepto, a 10-minute grocery delivery service, became a billion-dollar business. Imagine, they did it in just 10 minutes, breaking the record for the fastest startup to reach $1 billion. But it wasn't easy. They faced stiff competition from established players. Many doubted their success. Their secret? Focusing on quick delivery, making shopping convenient for millions. They revolutionized the market, offering speed never seen before. They didn't ignore mistakes either. When they faced operational issues, they tweaked their strategies, learned, and grew stronger. The lesson? Speed matters, but so does adaptation. Staying agile and customer-centric can transform any business. Follow for more. Imagine Malaysia, 2015. A country rich in resources, promising a prosperous future. But then, a shocking revelation. For $0.5 billion, a fifth of Malaysia's sovereign wealth fund vanishes. This was 1MDB, a state investment fund. The money was supposed to fuel development. Instead, it became the world's biggest financial scandal. The villain? High-level officials and business tycoons, using complex financial schemes to siphon funds into their pockets. The twist? The money was used to fund extravagant lifestyles, Hollywood films, and even a New York art auction. The lesson? Corruption can rob a nation of its future, but it also highlights the importance of transparency and accountability in business and government. Follow for more. Picture this. In 2018, India's infrastructure giant, Il&Fs, with assets worth $12 billion, collapsed. A shock to the nation, a lesson for the world. Once a trusted name, Il&Fs seemed invincible, funding crucial projects. But behind the scenes, a web of debt and mismanagement spun out of control. Imagine, over-leveraging led to a snowballing crisis, with banks and mutual funds losing billions. The villain? A lack of transparency and accountability. The collapse revealed a darker side of India's financial sector. It highlighted the dangers of reckless lending and poor corporate governance. Yet, from the ashes, the government stepped in, reforming regulations, ensuring a crisis like this never happens again. The Il&Fs saga serves as a reminder. Transparency and accountability are the pillars of a robust economy. Follow for more. Picture this. A simple printer ink cartridge costs around $300 per ounce. That's more expensive than human blood, which averages $150 per ounce. This staggering truth unveils the dark side of the printer ink industry. Imagine this. You bought a printer for $100, but the ink costs you $3,000 over its lifetime. That's a 3,000% markup. And the villains? The companies that produce these cartridges. They intentionally design the cartridges to run out quickly, forcing you to buy more. But the secret is out. This is not just about ink. It's about manipulation and profit. So, next time you're tempted to buy an expensive cartridge, think twice. Research, compare, and refuse to be a part of this overpriced scam. Follow for more. Picture this. 1954, a small burger stand in San Bernardino, California. Ray Kroc, a humble milkshake machine salesman, struck a deal with brothers Dick and Mac McDonald. They agreed to franchise their successful fast food concept, McDonald's. Kroc saw the potential, but the brothers wanted to focus on expansion. A missed opportunity, perhaps? Kroc established McDonald's Corporation and opened the first franchise location in Des Plaines, Illinois. The brothers grew disillusioned, selling their stake to Kroc in 1961 for just $2.7 million. By 1965, Kroc took the company public, raising $17 million. Fast forward to today, McDonald's is worth over $200 billion, a $197.3 billion gap from what the brothers could have walked away with. Lesson: seize opportunities, invest wisely, and never underestimate the power of a good burger. Follow for more. Picture this. 2007. Apple, on the brink of releasing the revolutionary iPhone, faced a significant challenge. Samsung, a rival in the mobile market, held a secret card. In a daring move, Samsung agreed to supply essential components for the iPhone's launch, securing a lucrative partnership. This deal catapulted Samsung into the position of Apple's largest supplier, yet a rival in the smartphone race. Lesson learned. Sometimes, competition and collaboration go hand in hand. In business, it's not always about winning or losing, but about finding the balance that benefits both parties. Follow for more. Picture this. In 2019, Wework, a co-working giant, was valued at an astounding $47 billion. But just weeks before its IPO, the company's financials unraveled, revealing a massive $1.9 billion loss. The villain? Ambitious growth plans fueled by reckless spending. Wework leased buildings for decades, then subleased them short-term, leaving them saddled with massive long-term debt and high vacancy rates. The twist? A charismatic CEO, Adam Neumann, with a controversial leadership style, led the company to this precipice. The IPO was suspended, and Neumann stepped down, leaving billions in investor losses. Lesson learned. Ambition without foresight can lead to catastrophic consequences. Always prioritize sustainability over rapid expansion. Follow for more. Picture this. In 2011, Apple sold $68 billion worth of iPhones, making China its second-largest market. To meet this demand, Apple began manufacturing iPhones in China, not because of low labor costs, but due to China's robust manufacturing infrastructure. Fast forward to today, and Foxconn, the main iPhone assembler, employs over 1 million people in China. Leaving China would mean disrupting this vast workforce, a decision Apple can't afford. But it's not just about people. China's supply chain, with its extensive network of parts suppliers, is integral to Apple's success. Leaving China could mean a supply chain disruption, causing delays, and ultimately, a loss of consumer trust. So, while some question Apple's decision to manufacture in China, it's clear that China is crucial to Apple's global dominance. Follow for more.